All right, so my name's Corey from Just Property Management, and today we scope regularly on either out at properties doing live streams of rental properties. Hey Marg, thanks for coming back. We're going to do it again because we had no sound. And thanks for Please Scope for favouring our tweet. Mustafa, welcome. Laura Tizer, thanks for tuning in, guys. Mudface, great name. Thanks for the hearts. So I'm assuming sound and everything's okay because we had problems with our sound before. If you could give us a couple of hearts to make sure, I'm sure you can hear us. Or give us a comment, please, anyone. Thanks for the heart. Okay, so I take that we have sound. So my name's Corey from Just Property Management, and I have Morella from the Property Stylist here to speak today about some simple things that you can do as an investor or a landlord or even a homeowner to your property to make it look better and for investment purposes to get a better return. Hey SF Periscope, thanks for tuning in. So I'll maybe, Morella, if so just on the topic of rental properties, yep. What's a simple thing that a landlord could do to to get a better return?
Okay, so firstly, a very simple thing would be just being careful of what colours that you're putting on the walls. So sometimes when potential tenants might walk through to view a property, and they sort of see a bright, maroon wall or a bright yellow wall, it can be very off-putting. So I would recommend definitely using very neutral colours all the way through the house so that potential tenants can, it makes it easier for them to visualise living in your home, in your investment property. Yeah. Okay,
so neutral colours is definitely something that you want to look at. I was out at a property today. It was probably built in the 1950s. So when it was built, there's a lot of timber throughout the property, and I noticed that they had floorboards. What do you recommend in the way of sort of floor coverings?
Floorboards are fine. I think as well they're low maintenance, and you won't have to worry about too much about them getting damaged as a landlord. I would probably recommend floorboards, or even you can get some really nice vinyl plank floorboards. Okay. The cost is very cheap. And maintenance-wise, it's easy to look after. So, if there's any damages, they're easy to replace. You can just rip up one plank or tile of the lino and just replace it really easily. So, okay. Yeah.
Thanks, guys, for tuning in. If you're into property renovation or property management, please swipe right and follow, pull down, or follow Morella at Property Styled. Yeah. At Property Styled on Twitter and also on Periscope. So we're talking about ways to get a better return on your rental property, investment property. And first we've spoken about neutral colours on the walls and spoken about floor coverings. What about fittings, because they're fairly easy to change, aren't they?
Yeah, so with fittings, when I say fittings, we might be looking at light fittings, door handles, things like that. They're very simple to update and at a low cost as well, which will present your property a lot better. Yeah.
Miss Sammy G, we are Kiwis, and you've been watching the World Cup. Love Kiwis. Wow, awesome. Leonard, Waliana, Raheem, welcome, guys. Yeah, so we're from New Zealand. We're working in Australia at the moment, loving life over here, and talking property management and property styling. And so, sometimes for myself as a property manager, I walk through properties and, days and months and years go by and properties date and age. But, like I think you mentioned before, Morella, just even if your property is dated, you can just make it look clean and tidy and presentable.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so that's the thing. Not all of us have the money to outlay and, renovate bathrooms and kitchens and repaint homes, but I think, an important thing is that when your home's been well looked after, when potential tenants can see that it's been looked after, it's clean and it's tidy and fresh, you know, it's going to make it easier for you guys to rent out properties.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. I'm just thinking, so what about, so we spoke about neutral colours. What's stuff on the exterior? Same thing, keep it pretty neutral?
Yeah, exterior colours I'd keep neutral as well. And I guess that way tenants that are moving into your home can sort of add colours with their furniture and accessories as well.
Yep.
So, you know, if you're going to be using crazy colours, it's hard to do that. It just sort of clashes and it can sometimes look like a bit of a mess.
Thanks for the comment. I'm glad you're finding it interesting. So we have a lot of properties now, like in particular our new ones. Isn't popping colours the future?
Yeah, I guess with your own, you know, if you're building a home for yourself, definitely, you know, you can go crazy with colours. But I think if you're building like an investment property, or you've got a home that's an investment property already that you might be looking at to repaint, I would definitely recommend using neutral colours. But, you know, if it's your own place, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, you know, like, I guess what it does for us, our goal as a property management company is to get as many people through your property at the viewing as possible. And the benefit, you know, like I've done viewings where we had 5 or 6 families go through, they've come out and said, yeah, not bad, we'll apply. And then one family came out and the lady was like angry. She was saying, oh, those colours are outrageous, you know, and she was like deeply offended. So I think what Morella's trying to say is that if you go neutral, you're generally going to appease, you know, the people that are looking at it.
Yeah.
And it'll match in with their furniture that they might have and stuff like that. What was I going to say? Or something I was when you made that comment of popping colours being out. Yeah, I can't remember what I was going to say. Do you remember what I was talking about?
No, I can't remember.
Must have been a lie.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm not saying that, you know, colours are a no-go, but just in investment and rental properties, I think that just, keep it neutral.
Next gen. Yeah. Well, yeah, okay. Because... Yeah, you're right. I was out at a property today and it had polished floorboards and it had a couple of big tree stump beams in there, which to me was cool. You know, I thought, man, this is pretty cool. It's open plan. I was going to ask you about open plan living. That's what I was going to ask you. But to some other people, it may not be. But you know, if that's what you're into, then go ahead. You know, like. The thing I like as a property manager, and you're going out to show properties, or I've been going out to appraise new managements, is when you walk into something different, because we tend to see a lot of the same stuff. And so for me, I get a bit excited because I'm seeing something new. And so I'm sure other tenants may appreciate it, but just bear in mind that it may not be everybody's cup of tea and it may limit your market. But then others might, you know, they might come and say, man, I've got to have this place, I'll pay whatever. And people do, we've had that experience before. Open plan versus your old school rooms. If you've got rooms, do you suggest knock the walls out, make it open plan? What's the go?
I think living in Australia, you know, it can get quite hot, so open plan's normally quite nice. I'd recommend open plan. You know, if you're looking at doing a full reno and you've sort of got lots of boxy little rooms, I'd definitely recommend opening it up and getting rid of some walls. Yeah. Open plan.
Yeah, open plans are beautiful. Yeah, I agree.
They are.
Although I heard someone say, since we've started open plan living, homes can just be noisy, as in, you know, you're trying to watch a TV show, your family, you know, someone might be doing something else and it can get really loud. And so, you know, tomato. So I guess it's up to you, but Would you recommend going to the extreme to knock out walls, or what do you say?
I mean, if we're just looking at rental properties, you know, a lot of homes in Australia are already open plan living anyway. Most of them are. You know, new homes that are being built are normally open plan living. If we're talking about a rental property, if you want to go to that extreme, I guess, and put forward that amount of money to do that, then, you know, that would be an okay idea.
Okay.
But I just think if it's an investment property, I just think, you know, leave it.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Obviously, you're a property stylist and a lady. What, you know, I know kitchens are important to
Yep.
I don't want to be sexist here, but kitchens are important.
They are. Yep.
What would you recommend in those areas?
So with kitchens, as a landlord, maybe looking at the option of renovating a kitchen, depending on how dated it is. It may just need a quick, fresh, you know, splashback change, cupboard handles being changed, you know, adding some light fittings above benches, that sort of thing. So it can, you know, it can really vary from just small touches here and there to, you know, like a total removal of the kitchen and then putting a new one in.
Yep.
Yeah, it just depends on what you know you're looking at doing and what budget you have.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I've heard you talk about bathrooms and stuff like that are important as well. What would you recommend there?
With bath, I mean, for investment properties, I would recommend just to keep it. I know I keep saying that, keep it neutral. But even in bathrooms, you know, keep the majority of the tile colour that you're using neutral, and then maybe have just a bit of a feature tile through the bathroom as well.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Well, if there are no other questions, agree with the bathroom. Oh, cool. Miss Sammy G. That's what I call my wife, Sammy G.
Yeah, it is. It's not her, is it?
It's not you,
No.
is it?
It's not Sammy G,
View
is
your
it?
profile. No, you're a rapper.
Oh, it's not her.
Oh, cool. All right. Yeah, hey, well, thanks for tuning in. Do you have any other questions, Sammy? Miss Sammy G? In the house? No? All right, well, if you don't have any other questions, but thanks a lot for all your comments and your questions and hearts. Appreciate that, Sammy. And we'll be scoping again, but if you're on Twitter and you want to follow Morella, she's at Property Styled. No, but I'll be watching you closely. Thank you for your time. Well, you've got some pretty cool projects coming up, and Morella's going to start scoping like a whole project that she's working on, which will be pretty exciting.
Yeah, it will be.
Yeah, so
Big job.
follow Morella, and if you're into property management, follow us. And thanks again. Thanks for tuning in, guys. We'll see you on here soon.
Thanks.